this episode was originally posted on Facebook on August 8th, and it kind of just looks like a pudgy cheetah.
Okay. It's supposed to be a cheetah. It's not the best. It would have looked just like a big cheetah.
Okay.
This toy.
Because cheetahs are normally, they all look anorexic to me.
Yeah. This one, okay, so this is the North American cheetah, also known as Miracinonyx.
Miracinonyx?
Go with
Miracinonyx.
that thing.
Yeah,
It's
that word
often
right there.
called the American cheetah.
Okay.
So also
Now here, first of all, so there was a cheetah in America.
Yeah, and this thing's bigger. So the largest cheetahs today weigh 159 pounds.
Yeah, they're kind of scrawny.
These things could get to 209 pounds.
And they could run as fast as cheetahs?
That's why pronghorns today still run fast.
Okay.
They got that fast to escape the American cheetah.
Okay.
The American cheetah went extinct, and they're like, oh, cool, we can outrun everything now. And so they just stayed that fast.
Well, but think about that. I mean, that's another 100 pounds.
More like... Actually, the standard weight is about 150 for North. For
and how
this.
much?
And the standard weight for the North American cheetah was 150.
Okay.
Is estimated. And the estimated max is 209.
Okay.
The max weight of a cheetah today is 159.
Oh, okay. So they range from about what they are now to maybe a little bit
So
heavier.
the average North American cheetah was about as heavy as the heaviest cheetahs today.
Okay.
So, yes, they're larger, and they count as megafauna, but these things aren't like giant or anything.
Okay. They were just maybe a little bit bigger, a little
but
bit
still,
or more solid.
Yeah, but they hunted the pronghorn, which is why pronghorns today are fast.
Yeah.
Also, that's why I did this post. It's a follow-up to the pronghorn.
Okay.
Because these two things are so interconnected.
Yeah,
so.
the pronghorn might be a lazy SOB today if it were not for the American cheetah.
Yeah.
And now he's called the American cheetah, but 1776. So I'm assuming he was here before 1776 and was just retroactively named the American. Or it was the Americas, I guess.
Where are you getting 1776?
No, America.
Oh,
and I said Americans, but I guess the Americas.
Okay.
That was wrong of me to not remember that it's the Americas.
Yeah,
okay.
This continent is also North America. But
Okay.
But besides that, it would have also probably hunted things like bighorn sheep and mountain goats. So we're talking like small to medium hoof stock.
Okay.
This thing's not taking on a bison.
Now, today, cheetahs really don't take on like oxen or anything.
Cheetahs hunt mostly gazelle. They can take on wildebeest and zebra, but that's about as big as you get is a wildebeest or a zebra.
And given the choice, they'll take the thinner, smaller, less likely to hurt them.
That's more likely if it's a coalition of male cheetahs.
Okay.
Male cheetahs, especially like mainly males, will sometimes get into like groups like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Called coalition, especially like siblings will stay together.
Right.
And then and usually that's what will take on like a wildebeest or a zebra.
Okay. Yeah, because cheetahs are they're
skinny.
They're lanky and skinny and
that's why it's hard to conserve them because most other predators, even wild dogs, can chase a cheetah off a kill.
Okay, yeah. The cheetah doesn't want to risk not being able to run 60 miles an hour by getting a stub toe or anything worse. Right.
Or just dying because it will.
And they're kind of loners, typically.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
For the most part.
They don't have a pack.
No. Besides the coalitions, which are only like a couple, usually closely related males.
Okay.
Kind of like lions. Usually it's a single male will be in the pride.
Okay.
But sometimes like a pair of brothers will rule the same pride.
Okay. So same kind of concept. So really, lions, even until they become a pride, the males are very solitary.
Well, yeah, because after the males grow up enough, the father will kick them out of the pride.
Right.
And then they have to go find their own pride.
Right.
But sometimes it takes them a while, so either the male will live by itself or it will form a coalition of like a couple.
Right. All right. So cheetahs kind of live that. Oh, I'm moving my microphone around. Sorry. So cheetahs kind of live that same way, but never end up in a full pride. Ever. Okay. And so, when did he start living and end living?
I'll have to look that up.
It's like, was a Monday and a Thursday?
What? We don't know that. Okay. It was around from 2.5 million to 0.016 million years ago. I think the average time, I believe...
So 600,000.
Yeah, 600,000. So, yeah, we're talking...
All right. And so what else would have been around at the time of the...
Mammoths, saber-toothed cats.
Okay.
Dire wolves, which aren't actually wolves. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
We thought they were, and then something changed, and that was only a couple years ago. So,
but this also means that what do they hunt?
Yeah,
they said have been around. Pronghorns have been around that long.
Pronghorns are their own thing. Okay. They're called antelope, but they're not antelope. Okay. They're also not deer. They're just their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got to be me.
Yeah.
And have they? So they've survived because their primary predator went extinct. They've kind of done okay for themselves.
They're more generalist. They're smaller.
Okay.
And they live on just like normal plants.
Okay.
At the end of the Ice Age, a lot of megafauna went extinct.
Okay.
We're not positive. Part of it, we expect it to be a combination of climate change and human hunting.
Okay.
Humans did come and start hunting animals, but we don't think that's the only reason they went extinct.
Well, yeah.
Because there was not enough humans to kill all of them.
When did humans get really prevalent?
Like
pretty late.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been around for a blip.
Okay, realize mammoths were still around when the pyramids were being built.
Oh. Okay,
However, those are the last mammoths.
Okay.
And that was still relatively unpopulated because they woolly mammoths specifically lived in Siberia.
Right.
So there was not really many people up there.
So there were no mammoths hauling stones to the pyramids.
No.
It's a little warm.
I mean, unless someone brought one.
It would have been a little warm for a mammoth.
I mean, so no.
So Egyptians probably never saw a mammoth.
No, but they were technically around.
Around the same time.
Yeah,
okay.
But we're talking the last of the mammoths.
Okay.
Very few. They were on their last legs because...
Yeah.
Especially mammoths, we have a little more idea. It was their, I believe it was their tundra was being replaced more with forest, the Great Taiga, and they weren't evolved to eat pine needles.
Okay.
They were evolved to eat grasses.
Okay.
And so without being able to properly eat the pine needles, they were kind of being driven out.
So really, it was warmer because warmer would have made grasses. Colder would have gotten rid of grasses and made pine needles.
No, climate's weird. You can't just...
I can't assume that. Okay,
yeah, no.
Okay.
Also, some areas like the Mammoth Steppe still exist.
Right.
And actually, there's now movements to bring the mammoths back, or some substitute, a modified Asian elephant, to go back to the Mammoth Steppe and help control it.
Okay.
The problem is the permafrost is melting because of global warming.
Right.
And if the mammoths were there, I think it's some combination of them eating the plants which produce. I don't know exactly how it works, but if mammoths
somehow they were like the buffalo stomping, churning up the Midwest.
Yes, they would do that, and then the permafrost would stop melting, which would stop releasing lots of trapped carbon. The amount of gases the melting permafrost is releasing is way worse than cars or anything like that. So,
all right. But that is kind of around here, they're trying to bring back bison.
Yeah.
Because the bison actually stomping around on the ground helps the prairies.
The mammoths are going to might do the same thing in the Mammoth Steppe.
Okay.
Which, despite them being extinct, is still called the Mammoth Steppe. Because they made it. Especially large mammals like bison, especially elephants.
Right.
They terraform almost because of how heavy they are.
Right. And they do migration patterns.
And knocking down trees and stuff. Yeah. Imagine what sauropods were capable of.
Yeah. Mammoths were tiny.
Compared to an Argentinosaurus.
And when you say an effort to bring them back, genetically DNA into elephants to bring back some of those characteristics?
Because the Asian elephants are their closest modern relatives.
Okay.
And we also do have at least partial genomes, possibly complete, I'm not sure. Because we do keep finding frozen mammoths in the Siberian ice.
Okay.
Because, they've been frozen up there for 50,000 years or something, at least.
And so the same thing, and I guess with bison and buffalo, we're the same thing. We've got some purebreds that they're
bison
trying to maintain.
are a little different.
Okay.
The problem with bison was that we started interbreeding. Well, first of all, we killed almost all of them. There were millions, possibly even a billion, and we got them down to thousands. Because literally, guys would sit in trains and just shoot them out the window.
Yeah, the railroads really were the like people on trains got bored
and just shot shooting
as they drove by.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Worst part about trains.
Yeah. Everything else is awesome, but train. Yeah. That was a
well. The
nasty
people
side
were
effect.
bad. The trains were fine.
Well, at the time, they weren't.
It was the.
They thought, oh, there's a trillion of these. I'm just gonna shoot one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. Well, lots of cool stuff. Oh, and this model. Oh, you said this isn't a very good model.
It was from some random Ice Age bin I got from like the Ice Age event at the field or the expedition.
Okay, so probably tied to the movie Ice Age.
No.
Oh, the actual Ice Age
exhibit
at the museum
at the
Field Museum. Okay.
So, but the toys. What?
Yeah.
Honestly, I love the Field Museum, but especially nowadays, the toy selection sucks. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially like, oh, we got a Spinosaurus, and then like they're showing off the new version, and then the stuffed animals are still, and the toys are two-legged version. I'm like, what?
Right.
No, it's right there. It's right there. It's literally hanging next to the store. And yeah.
Well, they were showing the toy evolution.
No, I did that in a post later on. They did not do that. All right.
So I think that wraps up American Cheetah Miracinonyx.
Yeah.
All right.